Hello and welcome to your shift at the Extra Dirty Club. I'm your host, Brianna.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Allie.
And we are going to start the shift today, as we did last time, with our Whippets in the Walk-In. Which
My
favorite segment.
We're going to get a little high before our shift with our breath. So we're going to take a 4-count inhale. We're going to hold for 5, and we're going to exhale out the mouth for 6. So first step is going to be to close your eyes and let out all the air that's in your lungs. So inhale for 4. Hold for 5. And exhale out the mouth for 6. And again. And last time.
Whoa.
That one felt so good. I think I'm getting better at it.
I will say, like, for the first one, I did it with my vape, and I feel a little high.
When I was a kid, well, I wasn't a kid. I mean, I was like in high school. My cousins taught me, I forget what they called it, but it was you take a hit of if you're smoking weed, and then you take a shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you exhale.
Or chug a beer.
Yeah.
Something
And then you
of that
exhale and
Afterwards.
you get super fucked up.
Yeah. Oh, high school.
Right? I was hanging out with like
That wasn't fun.
30-year-olds at that time. Like my cousins, not like
Yeah,
random
yeah.
30-year-olds. But I also think that's like also just like part of the industry too, is that intergenerational, like you're friends with people.
Well, the restaurant will take you there, even if it wasn't your cousins. It's
Right.
like I'm working with a 40-something-year-old and
Right.
then an 18-year-old.
And
Yeah.
we all want to hang out.
We're all together.
Remember being like
Same person.
freshly 18? I wasn't even 18. I was 16 when I was in the industry. And
Seriously,
like hanging
12?
out with people that were in their 30s and like
Yeah.
already like tired of this shit. And now like we're those people. Like,
Well, what's so funny is, like, I remember that time in my life, and I remember, like, looking at the older, like, kids and being like, they're so cool. Like, they
Yeah.
have their own apartment. Like,
Yeah.
Right. They
they're,
drive a
like, I just
Saturn,
looked up to
smoke
them,
blunts.
and now I'm like, these kids fucking hate me. They take me for granted. They don't look up to me. So it's
No,
bullshit.
they're different
No, they
now.
do
They have no respect now.
people these days.
People
Every
these days.
podcast, we're just like the
respect.
kids these days.
But really, what does it come to?
It is different, but I really do think that I can't see a world where like the younger generation doesn't look up to you or like us, like in general. Like,
Well, guys, didn't you guys ask that last time? Like in our first one, it was like, do we rather younger
Yeah.
or older?
Yeah.
And I said older all day because
I know.
yeah, but at
listening
this
back,
rate now that we're like in between,
now
it's like,
it is hard.
I don't
Yeah.
know what I
I
would
know.
rather.
it's interesting.
It is. I think it's the person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Sometimes
For
there's
sure,
an older
for
soul
sure.
and they're like this young kid.
And it
Right.
depends also, like, the where the staff is at, because like we've been through so many staff members where like there's a season of where it's all people in their late 30s 40s and like a few kids. Right now at my job I'm in like a season where it's all kids basically.
Yeah.
And then me.
Really, I think it's a mixed bag.
Well, yeah, in the summer it's always the kids, and then they leave, and we
And they
lose them,
leave.
and we're
Yeah.
fucked, and then we have to
But the kids
you
do
know,
fucking keep me young, I swear.
they do
do.
keep me young in a sense, but
But sometimes it's like you're.
it depends on if they want to receive what we're saying to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I could get down with them all day. I don't care your age.
Right.
But I will say, though, the camaraderie in general of the service industry is just different than any other industry. So I feel like it is easier to get along with someone who is younger or older in this business specifically
Than
than in
another,
other
like an
business.
office or something.
Right, because a lot of the time, like, you're separated by, like, a hierarchy.
Oh, that's true.
So,
yeah.
like,
But
you know,
even though I feel like
Oh, like you don't know who HR is, kind of thing.
right.
I don't know.
Here.
I'm on the fence about that because I feel like there is a hierarchy in the business where it's like bartenders, servers, hostesses,
Right.
Yeah.
bussers.
But to Allie's, like what Allie was saying, like, if you're in like a corporate world, it's like
For sure.
there's so many different departments of like you don't know who's in HR or you don't know.
Never been up to that floor.
Oh, that's a good point. Like you don't even know who you work
Yeah.
with.
Yeah, like you can't talk or kiss people. You know what I mean? Like we do in the walk-in.
Oh yeah.
Oh
While we're doing
my
whippets.
God. See, but that's what happens when the camaraderie gets too close. Like I will say, like the fun of being in the service industry is like we have this shared misery, or like we can go after and like commiserate.
Yeah,
And
people are abusing us.
Abusing.
So like we're all in this together.
we're getting paid for
We're
abuse,
being whipped.
but also like the hours we have, like we get off and it's like time to go out and
Yeah.
have a cocktail.
It's not
think
like
of-
you
right.
can go see your
Speaking
parents.
of which-
Think about what you said. You couldn't take off
Yeah,
a Friday.
cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Happy.
Today we just took
Third
it
shift.
easy. I'm doing just a Cabernet. For Brie, we have a beautiful High Noon, the tequila, passion fruit. And
Obsessed.
Ali, please explain
Oh
your
yeah,
concoction.
it's already like melted at this point. But this is a truly lemon ice, spiked with Tito's vodka and a splash of lemon ice tea.
No. After I took note last episode, I went goose for you.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You didn't take a
Wait,
note
you mean
then
Belvedere?
because I don't like
I thought
goose.
Belvedere.
I know.
like
Well, no,
Belvedere.
I'm not saying that I went out and bought it. I just like had goose or Tito's. I thought you preferred.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, I love it. It's delicious, and I do prefer goose over Tito's. I think Tito's, we all just like. It became this thing, and the handle's like $33, so why not? Like, it's not bad, but I don't
I
love
think
it.
Tito's is probably overpriced for what it really is. When I started bartending, it was a rack vodka.
It's like a whole gallon
Nothing's
is
changed.
33. It's cheap. It's cheap.
What about your arm?
Oh, I got an IV the other day. No, I'm not
Oh my
doing
God,
drugs.
I got
Not
one today.
using.
Main and Medi.
Oh wow.
Plug, Main and Medi.
I'm
Main
not
and
bruised, I'm not
Medi.
really a bruiser.
Oh yeah, no. So
Your hemoglobin levels are normal. Must be nice.
I guess so.
So me and this girl both got it done like around the same time. Michaela, her name was. She was going before me, and then I was like, "Oh, can I get one, Ava?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, of course." I was like poolside for it or whatever. So she kept going up and
was
up and
mine.
down, and she was like,
Oh wait, I saw you getting it on
"Yeah,
Snap.
yeah." And she goes, "Oh my God!" She goes, "You started after Michaela," and she goes, "And you sucked it up." She goes, "You either
Yeah.
really needed it, or I don't know if I have good
Oh my
veins."
God, that's so
You
funny.
do go at different paces depending on your body. I noticed that.
I always
today.
get
I was-
super cold when I get an IV.
Oh, I was
So
brand new.
My best friend who does she did mine. She puts vitamins in the IV bag as well.
She's done mine once before.
And
too.
she was like, you might be able to
Taste
taste
it,
I
yes!
could, it tasted
Yes.
like I just did a Fred
Fred
Flintstone.
Flintstone.
Get out of
Vitamin.
town.
It does.
Chalky almost.
It does,
Still.
yeah.
It
Really?
was so weird.
Yeah.
See, I'm all about it. So I told her, I was like, and like my girls who do my Botox at my salon, I said, when we bring the IVs in, I go, I really want like to push them because I buy every vitamin, everything, but then like
Right.
I take it for a couple days and I'm not consistent.
Yeah.
But I am the ultimate consumer. So just like my mani pedi is like, 50 that month, that week
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
that's something I would include. Like, you
Right,
know what I mean? Be
right.
like, okay, my
Set
IV
aside
girl
some money for
comes
it, yeah.
on Saturday morning because I'm hungover on Friday and I have a full day. Or
I
on
think weekly
Sunday
is
morning.
a lot for me, but I could
Or
commit
bi-weekly?
probably to monthly, I think.
I would say bi-weekly because then you're just getting all your nutrients. I don't even just mean for hangovers. I mean for like your
I think
folic
next
acid.
week, maybe live on the show, we'll all
We'll have
get
Main
an
and
Oh
IV.
my
Medi
God,
on
I'm
set.
Medicom,
Yeah.
girls. Let's do
That would
it.
be
I
dope.
love that.
Forcing you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a
You
Sunday
no
fun day so
choice.
that I'm gonna really give the full
Main
effect.
and Medi on set.
Suck it up.
And then just to get it out of the way, I want to talk about dinner really quickly.
Oh yeah.
What we got. So every time we film, we like to just enjoy a little family dinner beforehand. We
Shift
go
meal.
over what we're going to talk about in the episode and just honestly say hello, even though we talk every day. Like, I would say almost too much.
One would say.
One would
on
say.
several different apps, by the way. Several different channels.
So if you're here on Long Island, it's a fucking heat wave for maybe the past 3 weeks. And
bad.
I could not have
whole East Coast.
I couldn't
Long
have the
days of
kitchen
summer.
going today. So I like to call it boy dinner. My husband's a vegan, so we just did balsamic chickpeas, which were delicious.
So good.
And then I just threw like a nice plate together, some fresh nectarines sliced up, which were very
We're
tender
really
today.
into nectarines.
We're
We're
so
the
into
It's
nectarine
nectarines,
girls.
nectarine
peaches.
summer.
Yeah.
It's nectarine
Yeah.
summer.
Strawberry, some feta, balsamic, cucumber, red
Yeah.
onion.
If you would have been frying chicken cutlets in this heat wave, I really probably would have knocked
I
you
did
out.
yesterday.
I know. And
And
I heard it was
it's a
reading
lot.
106 in here.
It's
so.
a lot. But also, what do you think of the long hots from my garden?
The what?
The long hots. those
peppers?
Oh, the long hogs. I
peppers.
thought you said lawn hogs.
Oh,
I
no.
was
I
like,
think that's what they're
But then
called.
I was like,
long
No,
what's
they're
a
long
long
hogs.
hog?
I like to make my sausage peppers with those.
Oh, yeah. I
Delicious.
just left them raw for us, just like a little crunch.
I like it raw,
That's good
honestly,
too.
most of the time. No, it was really good.
Maybe I'm like wrong.
I do like raw vegetables. I prefer cruciferous crunch to
Yeah, I
bread.
don't really like a cooked vegetable. Like carrots, I can only do raw.
See, I used to be that way, and now I love a cooked carrot.
I like things cooked, but
Peppers
I don't
and
like them
onions,
overcooked.
I
I,
only
like a
them
bite.
in
Yeah.
sausage and peppers or at City Field, like with the sausage.
Raw pepper, yes.
City
You know.
Field.
But I prefer a raw pepper most times.
Raw pepper for
Yeah.
me.
Oh my
like
God,
in my
actually.
salad, like a nice
Hummus,
crunch.
dip it in hummus.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you ever done a pepper
I
sandwich?
haven't done a pepper boat. No.
Pretty
Pepper
good.
boat.
Yeah.
Oh,
And have you
gotcha,
seen
gotcha.
these pickle sandwiches?
Yes, I
I'm
want one
dying.
so bad.
All
I
right,
want
next
one
week, pickle sandwiches.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, low
Main
carb.
and Medi and pickle sandwiches.
Done.
Love it.
Oh, I
Did
love
we finish
this.
talking about dinner? Sorry. We got
Yeah, no, that was
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much it.
okay.
We went really late. I mean, it was we
Light
kinda
and,
ju-
light
I
and
threw it
fresh. You don't
together.
have to. It doesn't have to. You don't have to reinvent the wheel or do anything crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it was nice, and it was. I think we all enjoyed it, and I will
nice and light for like
be
this
posting
hot.
about
Being
it.
this
So
hot,
if you want to
right,
follow along
right.
with us, you want to make the meals that we eat.
Join us in the kitchen.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Maybe
In
we'll
detail.
do
Make it next week.
a live
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah.
Of
Oh,
making the
live of
meal.
you cooking?
Yeah.
Us
Let's
cooking?
wait for the heat wave to be over.
Please.
Let's-
Yes.
When they
Otherwise,
arrive
only
here
raw
to the
vegetables.
studio, I literally am in my
Bunch of
underwear
rabbits.
and I'm dripping.
We love when you're.
Oh, I can't
naked
wait
and
for their
dripping.
pool break.
We are going.
I brought a
over
bikini, but I'm not above going
Where's
naked,
your
obviously.
pool boy?
He came. We had a pool party on Sunday, so he came Saturday this
He's
week.
off duty. Okay.
Yes.
All right. To be a hot Long Island couple with a gorgeous home and a hot pool boy, I mean, really,
Oh,
who
that's
has
so
it better
nice.
than
Thank
you?
What is
Yes,
it
we
like
did tell him
to
like if
be
you
you?
feel comfortable, shirtless, by all means. Just
Take it
let
off. I don't think he has a choice in this
Yourself
heat
at
wave.
home.
We pay him very handsomely.
His high
He does a great
noons in the
job.
fridge.
Does a great job. He goes into the fridge and gets.
He
a high noon.
should.
Yeah.
He should.
I'm like, what's mine is yours.
So, is there any like tension
No tension. Unfortunately, he's very straight.
because this is his workplace?
He actually used to work at my job. That's how we know each other.
Oh.
And now he's into
Is
the
this the
pool.
one?
He's into the pool game.
You
now.
don't say.
Interesting.
And-
Take a note of that.
I'm upset. I wish he. Jared, if you ever change your mind.
Oh, Jared.
Jared. Did he work for us too? Is it the same Jared? That was you?
No. Oh my God, that was bleep. He's now a bodybuilder.
Oh.
Oh.
I love
He
him
worked
too.
for you too, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he worked for me for a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah. He got fired because Rita fired him because he wouldn't clean throw up out of the bathroom.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. He
He's
was like,
actually a
he
huge
was like,
fucking. I will call you out.
See, no, this is what it is.
He was like,
no
oh,
one
it's a
wants.
fucking
They're
attitude
all
problem.
he
above it.
actually
They're
said,
above it.
I'm not doing that. That's not my job.
Yeah, he has an attitude about him. He
Yeah.
still does.
Yes, they all do.
I thought he changed. I thought he grew up a little.
No,
Listen.
he'll never grow up.
Hey, he was
I'm never gonna grow
a
up,
good
but
plug during COVID for those nerd ropes.
Great plug.
Great
Now I
plug.
have to bleep his last name.
I know. I almost said, I'm like, is that the one I used to work for?
Wait, so do we know what do we know what he's working with? Like, I feel like you've seen everyone's.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah?
Very nice. Yeah, I've seen it hard and
so
soft.
if you're watching and you're
Wow.
seeing this,
He does have a girlfriend who's very nice. I like her.
You're good. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I really always swore I would never shit where I eat, and it happens. It
I
gets
know.
messy,
I hate when that happens.
you know,
It might be rare, but
did
I
I,
can't really-
shit where I
I don't
eat, or
know.
did I eat where I
you
shat?
I think you maybe like a shart.
Like, what happened first? What came first, the shit or the eat?
I think you ate first.
you ate. You've
Yeah.
been eating it your whole life.
You ate and then you shit.
Yeah, it's messy. I've done it once, not in the service industry, and it was terrible.
Terrible.
It was my manager, and it was, yeah, he was like my mentor. Honestly,
I mean,
looking back, I'm like,
that's
it's not,
so
even,
bad.
it's not even a real thing. That was terrible. That's a story to be
That's more
had.
on him than
That's
on
a
you.
story to be had.
That's a story to be had. Literally, like, ended up
Well,
having
that's
a
a mental
girlfriend.
saga.
Ended up having a girlfriend. I like hid under his bed because
Oh.
she came in bursting down the door.
Then they went on
That's a lot.
vacation.
That's a lot.
It was a whole
And then
thing.
he was nowhere to be found.
Yeah,
and then
he
she
was like basically
she-
courting me, like broke up with her and courting me, like in a full relationship with me, and then he disappeared. And I'm like,
The
where'd he
beating,
go?
yeah.
And he
The-
was on vacation with her, like dipping her down in the
Dominican
beach in the
Republic,
Dominican
if I
Republic.
remember
And we were
correctly.
like,
No.
I
what?
think the mother called her. It was like, why are you doing this?
The
Why
mother.
Are you? His mother called
His
Rick.
mother.
His mother was
And
obsessed
was like,
with, she loved
and
me.
she loves her, but she was like, please stop telling whatever the girlfriend's name was,
Yeah.
like, you know, any of these stories. She's
Oh,
like,
because
she
you would be like,
she
I'm a girl still.
contacted
Like, I'll
Brie.
let you know. And you
No,
asking
I
me-
didn't even do it. Regardless, it was a mess. The mom was involved, but she loved me, didn't like the girl. It even got
But
messier.
she wanted you to stop talking to her, and she was like, "You're making it worse. Like, stop telling her things."
That
was happening.
It wasn't me that did it. It was my best friend, because my best friend was hanging out with. She was third wheeling with me and the guy.
Right.
And then he was like suddenly in a relationship again, like, and just didn't fall off the face of the earth. So she was like, "Fuck him," and like messaged him, and he didn't respond. So she messaged the girlfriend.
I didn't remember that part.
And she was like, "Just so you know, your boyfriend has been cheating on you," and like this whole thing.
Fuck.
Yeah. But then like it didn't make a difference, because like the next day they like made it official on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, well.
And then I have hooked up with someone in a restaurant, and that didn't actually end poorly. We're still friends. We did a friends with benefits thing.
Like it was, but I think what the difference is that there were clear boundaries from the start.
100%. Totally different
And
scenarios.
it was, I think everyone just wanted something silly.
Anytime in hookups, though, there's always like these blurred lines, and it never goes well for someone.
Yeah, it's hard for me, honestly, to even put in my 2 cents, because I met one boy my whole life, and that's my husband, and I've been with him.
Next day
since
they
the
had
start.
joint bank accounts.
Next
True
day.
story.
joint
Really?
accounts, yeah. Like the day we met, we were like, let's go open an account. We were so young. And like my
Young and
money's
in
his
love.
money, vice
That's
versa.
why you
But
can never go back to
I
that.
was having this conversation with someone today. This guy was like, he was like saying that he's successful now, and like I said, it must be hard to meet people now that you're successful, because
They're
they
users.
get real
Focused
used to that
on.
lifestyle, and
Yeah.
that must be a little like irky towards you. When like for me, I felt like I feel like we built our life
the ground
together,
up.
from the ground up.
Yeah.
So the way you're looking at me,
No, I'm ready for you to stop.
oh, I'm done.
We're trying not to overtalk each other. We're trying really hard.
That was my hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a flailer.
I am.
Allie uses her hands to talk, because what Italian
I'm
Long
like, should I
Island
sit on it?
girl doesn't?
I'm gonna
And
sit on this one.
it's been a bit catastrophic, to say the least.
Yeah, this just went down.
No, Allie, have you hooked up with someone you've worked with? You have.
Yes, and I was very, very cautious about it, like my whole life, because it was my father's place. But no,
Oh.
it was like funny. It's like it was almost like in the last hour. Now at this restaurant, I hook up with this kid who's younger than me. He always had a crush on me. Always wanted to be with me. I'd be like, stop.
There
Like, you're
is
in
a lot of
college.
sexual tension in the industry, I feel like, too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're
What
hot
is it
and
about?
sweaty,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
No, even just like the in passing,
oh,
like
yeah,
it's like
a little brush on the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
other people-
locker room shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
locker room shit. I'm not against it.
Walk-in shit,
yeah,
shit.
but like the sense of like other people kind of like catching on and knowing and like
Oh
being
yeah, the
secretive.
cooks being like, what are you
Everyone's always talking.
doing?
The
Everyone's
cooks-
always
The cooks know
talking.
my life.
The cooks
How?
are cucks. That's what it is. They
know it
love
all.
to watch, and they love to be in the middle of everything.
They really do.
They love to meddle,
It was wild.
and they love to stir the pot, figuratively
Yeah,
and literally.
but I want to say that my situationship in the restaurant lasted like maybe like good on 2 years.
on and
That's
off.
a long time for a situation.
Obviously on and off, like we never were together, but like there was like a good like year and a half, I would say, like or at least a year
Was,
that.
like, turmoil or no?
Yes and no, like we're still good to this day, but like we don't
Even
hook up
during, though,
anymore.
like, do you fight with like a situationship?
No.
No, well.
It's just like
I'm an
you go
Aquarius. He was a
home,
Libra,
and
so
then-
we were already just best friends and like really like a good match.
Wait, you're an Aquarius. What?
I'm an Aquarius and he was a
He
Libra.
was a Libra.
So it was just like a great
I'm dying
match.
to know about the moon.
His moon is actually in Cancer and mine was
No,
in
right
Scorpio.
now, 'cause
Oh,
things
it's
have been
in
off for
Scorpio.
me in the
It's in
past 2 days.
It's in
Off
Scorpio.
for me.
It's really deep.
Deep.
Deep emotions.
Deep emotion.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very interesting.
I have a Scorpio moon, so it's in
These
Scorpio
things don't
right
really
now.
affect me, but I'm
So
sorry,
it's
I
like
just
double
throw 'em
wa-
under the bus
it's double
nonstop.
water,
It
'cause the
does
sun.
affect my husband a lot.
I am obsessed.
Everything
with your
does.
husband.
My whole cycle changed because of the moon.
Yeah, I know. I believe that. Like,
You
the
know, I had to
times.
change my wax schedule. I go every 4 weeks, like religiously, and I'm like, oh, now I had it done. Now I got to wait, and now I actually went a week early because the moon just changes everything. Like
the
our body is
moon-
made of water, like 85%.
Exactly. And also too, like your body is in tune with it. So like even you're talking about your cycle.
Yes.
And even they go by like with pregnancy, they say you're always going to give like 9 out of 10 times women end up giving birth on a full moon because you go
Oh,
between
yes,
9
they
and
do say
10
that.
full moons from
Yeah.
the time you get pregnant to the time you give
10,
birth.
10 lunar moons.
Yep.
We say 9 months, but it's 10 lunar moons.
Yep.
Brianna was born on I know this from her grandmother because she's like my best friend and we worked together for like
It's
5,
weird
6
that
years.
science won't get behind that.
No, it's because
patriarchy.
it's just like, yeah, exactly. It's like government and like God, like, you know how they don't want to mix certain things, and
Yeah,
it's like,
they
no,
don't.
but everything is kind of the same. I
Yeah.
don't know. But anyways, but I'll never forget her grandmother telling me that. She goes, I told Kathy,
Yep.
don't worry, there's a full moon coming up. You're going to give birth on that
And
day.
I was
and
born on
she
a
sure
full moon.
enough.
On a Sunday.
On a Sunday.
Which is my favorite day of the week.
Yeah, you're Friday, I'm Saturday, and you're Sunday.
Yep.
Yes.
Which is so perfect for us, I feel.
Everyone
We're
should look that up
we're the
about
weekend.
themselves. See
We're the
what day
weekend.
you came out
We
on.
are hashtag the weekend.
Wow.
I wonder, like, do you think that has anything to do with the way people, like, anything about, like, you know how your life path number affects the
Yeah.
way you operate with other people? Like, I wonder if the day of the week you were born.
I feel
like it could, because like I'm gonna talk to like a Wednesday person, and like they're not gonna understand my Saturday energy, you know?
I wonder where
right?
my husband.
Hold
I don't
on,
have
did
my
we
phone. I
do
wonder where he
Jack's
is.
life path?
No.
Oh,
Yes,
I
we
would-
did. We did it over text.
I feel like it's a 1, but I don't know. I
No,
don't
we did it
remember.
over FaceTime.
Or is he a 6?
It was that one time we were on the phone.
No,
at,
we
like,
didn't
4
do my
a.m.
number. No.
Give me your phone.
Did it?
I'll do the math. Or you want to do the math?
No, you can do it.
Because his birthday is January 25th, so
Yeah.
1 + 2 + 5.
I mean, I can do it by hand if you want.
And then, do you need the year?
Yeah, 1991. No?
Oh, yes.
Come on. You talking
She
to
knows
me?
me.
Yeah.
She knows me.
I bet Allie knows, like, the guy who took my virginity's big 3.
Or like her
And she-
pizza guy. Or like her sushi girl.
And I know people think that I'm exaggerating, but I'm truly not. Her sushi girl, the person she gets takeout from.
Yeah,
her
he's
Uber
a 1.
Eats
Oh,
driver.
no, he's a 2.
I'm a 2.
That's what I just got.
What does that bring me?
A 2 is a feminine energy. Like they say a 2. I remember, I'll never forget this. Our salad guy, Kevin Palmer. He was a 2.
Kevin, shout out to Kevin.
Shout out to Kevin. Love you, Kevin. He was so mad whenever I put on a goat cheese ciabatta, but whatever. A 2. They say that a 2, like it has like a curve, right? So like they'll always like have like a rough going, but then they always straighten out.
I
and
feel like a lot of me is curved.
Oh,
Let me just do it one more time just to make sure.
I want to make sure.
I'm always like wearing very revealing shorts.
I know,
when
and
you're next to me.
I really feel like
No,
I have
he's
a
a 1.
receipt every time.
Because 8 + 2, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, he's a 1.
Oh, you're a 1.
I'm a 1.
I knew he was a 1.
So you're straight.
Oh God, I don't want to be straight.
The guy
Anything
that
but
other
straight.
guy I'm talking to, we won't say those names, but I did his life path the other day, and he's a 1, and he's a Cancer
Are
sun.
we talking about ears?
Yeah, Cancer sun.
I was gonna say.
Don't.
Okay.
You just gave it away by saying.
Just gotta know.
I'll just bleep that entire combo.
Okay, so Cancer sun, Cancer moon, and no, I'm sorry. That's wrong. Pisces moon and a Cancer rising. So
seems
double
like a
Cancer.
Pisces.
No, so it's Pisces moon, but it's all water
My
in the
boyfriend's a
3.
Pisces.
I know, which was worrisome to
would
me because
be.
I
He
don't
would be.
do well with Pisces men. But he has a Pisces moon and I have a Scorpio moon, so I mean I feel like we both feel deeply.
Okay.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
And
Well, we're
that's
taking
where
it
the
very
moon
slow.
is. That's where the moon is.
And the moon is in Scorpio, so
Okay.
I'm feeling everything deeply.
Okay.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
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 I feel
Yeah.
I don't think I feel
of
so.
No, that's because you're an
So-
Aquarius, and
Yeah.
Aquarius, our main thing that we're so good at is like we've mastered attachment.
Yeah, like I just.
But
if I
then
don't
once
wanna
you
feel, I don't
reattach, you're like, oh shit, all these feelings are flooding the fuck
Can I
in.
ask you a question? Do you have a desire to change that, or are you just?
feel. No, I'm happy with the way I am. Honestly, like I
Emotions are
feel
a
when I
lot.
need to feel, but I can turn it off. And when I don't want to feel, I don't feel. And I'm fine with that.
That I can't tell if you're a psychopath or if you're a genius.
No, it's
I feel like most
coming off.
Psychopaths are
It does
geniuses.
come off, yeah. It comes off that way because I was always like that, and then like I was like when I did feel, I was like, oh my god, but I feel it now. I feel it so deeply, like make
Yeah,
it
well, I
turn
feel like
off.
you've been doing like work towards that. You
Right.
want
So
it
now,
to feel.
so
I don't
my
want
thing
it.
is like people could say
I don't want them.
talk shit about like astrology or whatever. I've been doing this for years. Like not to say that I'm the trendsetter, but yeah, I've been going to psychics and knowing all this shit for years, and now it's become trendy. But what I wanted everyone to know is like if you know your chart, right? then you can understand yourself. You're like, oh, my Mercury, the way it communicates like that, the way I love's like that. Now you understand yourself more. So then when you understand then you can understand other people more. And the more.
So I'm kind of on the fence, and like I hear you and I respect you, of course.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm in a place where like I'm in complete understanding of myself and my own emotions, and I have no problem like not feeling when I don't want to feel and feeling when I have to.
You don't have to do anything, but
I would like to interject and say that off of your point of saying like, this is why I communicate the way I do this way, that doesn't mean that you are like stuck that way. And I think that's why a lot of people disregard.
Well, I hate that.
I think that's why a lot of people do disregard and discredit astrology because they're like, oh, well, you're being a cunt because you're a Gemini. Like, no, I'm just letting you know that like, I was triggered because of the way you communicated. That doesn't mean we can't like move on from this.
And it has nothing to do with my Gemini. It has to do with my, Mercury and a Capricorn. Like I'm more assertive, actually.
And I think it's a really great way to like express your feelings.
Well, it's understanding your feelings and understanding why someone else is going to talk to you this way or whatever, and like never take things personal. I don't take really anything personal. You know what I mean? People either love me or hate me. There's really not an in between for Allie Snelly, and
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I'm not a one name person, and no one ever says Allie or Snelly. It's Allie Snelly, and either they're gonna at the end of that, it's gonna be I love her or
I can't
fuck that. I can't stand that bitch.
I can't
and that's like sad because.
No,
I don't have any. Like I said, my last arch nemesis is the wind. I don't fucking think about fucking anybody. You don't bother me.
You saying that whole
is we have no recollection of it.
Not only that, the next few days were so windy. And I was like, I get what this bitch is saying. Like
Well, I needed a little wind those days. It was hot.
It was crazy.
It was like an Aruba wind.
It was windy.
No, but I have to say, I think a lot of people who have a closed perception of astrology just simply don't understand it. They don't understand that it's not just like your sun sign. Like there is an entire chart.
That's the last of it. That's your ego.
Right. That's like such a small part of it, and it's not what the entire. It's a cog in the wheel.
Right, it is. And honestly, if I had to pick one sign that was the most like you, it would be your moon sign. The way that you deal with your dark side, like think dark side of the moon, your emotions.
Next time that it's like we're not on.
We could pin it,
live. I would like to find. I don't even know what my moon sign is.
I forgot.
We went into it. We did it with you.
I need to like put that in a notes app just so I can.
I don't know why.
Mine's this.
Off the cuff, I can't.
I think mine was Cancer, maybe.
I think it was too. To be honest with you. So, and you're Sag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, which is so funny. It's like pure chaos.
Yeah.
Is like me a Sag, like my father's a Sag. I know Sag.
And I'm a life path 5, which is very much so chaos, do whatever you want.
And goes with Sag, I feel like.
Nonconformist. It's so funny. I remember, I'll never forget, Rita, I had a dream one night and I was like panicked when I woke up, and the dream was like we were living in this like lockdown essentially, like almost like martial law, but it was also like, when you're dreaming in dreamland, it's just a different world.
Oh my God.
And my grandmother was like, well, it scared you so much because you're a nonconformist. And I was like, it was the first time that I ever felt like she truly understood me without criticizing or insulting me. And I was like, that's a great way to put it. I am a nonconformist. Like,
not an insult.
No,
at all.
No, she wasn't taking a jab at me.
But
she was
a
just like,
word, definitely.
Like you just, I kind of like marched to the beat of my
martial
own drum.
law. Do you remember when we all heard that was going to happen
during
COVID? And,
I feel like I got into. Sorry to cut you off. I remember the first time I watched Zeitgeist. Does anyone know that?
I haven't seen it.
No, what is that?
Okay. It's a huge conspiracy movie, and I watched it when I was like 16.
Oh, don't even tell me, because I would love to talk about it next episode. I want to watch it tonight.
Okay, you should watch it.
I
watched it when I was like 16 or 17 for the first time. It'll blow your mind.
Oh, I can't wait.
It'll really make you super uncomfy because it reveals a lot of things that make you go,
things that make you go, that should definitely be a segment. Things that make you go,
Oh, we did want to do.
So are you guys ready?
What would you do?
I'm ready to get into.
Let's lay it on us.
What would you do?
What would you
do? Crying out loud on the bedroom floor. What were we doing listening to that song at 10?
No, actually, like
sleep with a man for a little bit of money,
like singing about prostitution and stripping, and we were like, "Oh my God!"
And the mothers that allow it, 100.
We were like this, yes. No, let's talk about it though.
Okay, so to get into the segment, we're gonna do this in place of rapid fire tonight.
Because we did a poll.
Something happened to me, and we put it up on our Instagram as a poll. I just want to be a little more clear and concise.
Yeah. Sorry about that. That was me posting, and
So this is what happened to me, and I want to hear separately what you guys would do, and then we do have some DMs that we're going to read of what the people think. My husband says to me the other day, take a look at this weird fucking DM I got. And I go, okay. So I look at the DM, and it says accept, which means my husband's private. So this person follows my husband, but my husband does not follow him back because he had to accept the message. And it was like, hey, bro, what you been up to? This is someone that is from, like, this neck of the woods, town-wise. He works somewhere locally. Everyone and their mom knows that he's gay, but he's in the closet. I won't say his name because I don't out people. And
respect.
I found it to be, I'll say what I would do. I said, I'm going to come down to your job and beat your fucking ass. Didn't say it, obviously, but that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Right.
And for me, I feel like it was so inappropriate to message a married man
wow.
that you don't know. You don't even know him. That's how you met, if you even met.
Right.
And that's all.
But I'm dead. You're so JWoww. You think you can stay and get your ass beat? Or
No,
you
like,
can stay and get your
beat
ass
his ass in
beat?
front of his fucking
Or my cousin Vinny.
coworkers. I will.
Oh, do it.
I'm not ready for that.
I'm not ready for that.
What
But no.
would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
Oh, I would message right back. On
And be like, hi, this is
your
so-and-so.
husband's phone?
No. He should do it. Kyle should do it. You know what I mean?
just
You're
like-
not his keeper.
And be like, that's inappropriate? Or is that, like, now taking it, like... The
Or,
thing
you
is
know
that,
what?
like,
Honestly, I would honestly
Kyle's a
just
teacher.
ignore it.
It's
I
not
would just
like he
ignore it.
Works in the restaurant industry where someone's messaging him to be like, can I get a reservation or something? Like, there's no reason to message besides foul
Right.
play.
It's the whole outing thing. The closeting thing. So honestly, like for me, I would just laugh. Like we're talking about it now. I probably wouldn't. Back in the day, would I have done something? Probably. Right.
Allie, I feel like you would go balls to
You
the
think
wall,
so?
100%. It's so
I just didn't
easy
like it.
now for you to say it because you're not
'Cause
in
I
a
don't like-
relationship and you
Yeah.
don't have someone right now that you're like, that you would be feral for. But like, imagine your husband getting a DM from some bitch.
But if my husband told me, and like,
Yeah,
my,
yeah.
Right,
I
it's
would,
not your husband's
It's nothing
fault.
against Kyle. He showed me right away and was like, don't you
Yeah.
think this is inappropriate?
no, and I would say
Yeah.
to said person, I'd be like, okay, write them back right now and tell them.
So here's my thing.
Lose my number.
I'm not a jealous
Yeah.
person, and I think we've talked about this a lot. Like, I just don't. Not that I don't experience jealousy. I just don't like feel jealous often. However, there's a difference between jealousy and feeling territorial when someone crosses your boundary.
Territorial.
And he has crossed a boundary.
I agree,
That's your
yeah.
fucking man. That's your partner. That's your husband. That's like.
We have the same last name. He knows. We actually have, like, my best friend works with him. Like, they're really good friends. Like, he knows. He comes to my restaurant. He knows who I am.
He knows you're married.
He knows that's my husband.
He's taking tests.
So do you know what? Is he could be taking temperature. I understand that, but he also could be maybe
I find
trying
that to
to
be
come
really
out
fucking
and felt like he
inappropriate.
was more comfortable with him, and he was like, maybe I'll get a gay friend. I don't know.
It didn't
I
feel
don't
like
know.
that.
No, and
Maybe you're
I'm
right.
just playing devil's advocate.
Maybe you're
I don't
right.
know. You know what I mean?
Maybe you're right.
It could not even be that serious. But like I always did think that
Still
for
don't
gay
feel good about
people
it.
in general, like right, you date the same sex and are friends with the same sex. Like where is the boundary? You know. And
I
then-
also do feel like I don't want, like, the whole community against me, but I do feel like the gays will, like, cross a boundary. They don't care.
no, I know.
I do find
No.
that a lot.
There's a lot of
It's,
people
like,
like
all
you
about
in the gay
sex,
community, and
and,
you should
like-
bring
Yeah.
that in.
I don't understand how it couldn't be more clear that, like, we've been clearly committed for 14 years.
You're in a monogamous relationship.
Yeah, I don't know how it could be more clear.
I think there's a
And it's not like he, like, reached out in, like, a group message.
right.
You want the threesome? Ask for the threesome.
Right. You trying to play board games?
You're coming for my hot fucking husband. Get the fuck off.
Yeah.
And you come to my job and you pretend
He
like you don't
is
know who I
really
am.
hot. You know, I just met him tonight.
See?
That was the first meeting?
Yeah.
Oh,
And I introduced myself.
oh my
I said,
God.
hi,
Is he
and
not
I'm on
the
the
most
phone.
gorgeous man? Natural lips, by the way.
He said, yeah,
He
natural
was
lips.
born with those lips,
Yeah.
actually.
He was sweating,
And glowing, glistening.
glowing.
Like an actual angel.
It's hard not to sweat here.
Oh, yeah, but
In
this
the
guy went on a
fucking
run and then
sauna.
came back to this.
Oh, he's so beautiful. We need to have him as a guest on our pod one day.
I don't
But
think he will just
He said
because
he loves
of his
shift one.
profession, but he is very in
Oh.
support
Maybe we'll just do like the
Is
text,
the
the
kid-
box around him, and we'll
I would
change his
love that.
voice.
I would
Like
do
he's in
like
witness
porn, like-
protection.
We do get a little saucy up in here.
We
in what
do.
we
That's
talk
fair.
about.
Saucy.
Okay, that's fair. We won't do that to him, but we do love him. He is an angel. However, I do think what you said about this guy comes into his job and acts like he doesn't know Jack. So if that were the case, like he were trying to like
Pretend
come
he doesn't
out.
know my name.
No, right now I'm learning more
I'm like,
pieces
hey,
of.
how are you? Hi. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no. See that if he's really trying to like come out of the closet, like you'd like
No.
former like.
So
to me,
what does Kyle think?
Kyle, like, we were in like a deep conversation about something else at the time, and he was like, oh my God, while we're on the subject that like we never get to talk, we're on different schedules, and he was like, I have to show you, like, and I was like, is it gonna ruin my night? He's like, maybe, because he knows that like I like the way you put it. Like, I think I am territorial. I don't find myself to be like jealous by nature.
No.
But like I am territorial, like with my friends, with my husband. That's that. And he was like, I just think it was like really inappropriate and weird, and I don't understand. It's just there's no other agenda than what we're all thinking. You know.
But that to me, I think, is a good place for people like you and I who would get upset about something like that to shift our focus. I think it's a great opportunity for us to say, look at my partner and look how they stand for me.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, because
Yeah.
our attention just goes right to fuck this person crossing my boundary, fuck them. But like they don't owe us a loyalty. Our partner does, and they did show up for you.
He
Big
did.
kudos.
So
Yeah.
we love
Like
Kyle.
we love to see it. We
Yeah.
love to see
We
it.
love to
because-
see
You're
it.
lucky that you.
Yeah, 100. What a million. I'm lucky in
But
so many
also,
ways, but
fuck
that's a
that
huge one.
dude.
But fuck you.
Fuck you.
We'll all show up to your job.
It's like, don't just like, if you, the thing about me is like, I
You
can be
come
very, very
correct.
nice, but, like,
Come correct.
If you catch me on the wrong day,
That is right.
I'm not saying like I'll beat your ass, but I will. But I will.
J-Wow.
I'll fucking out you. Like, I don't give a
He's
fuck.
J-Wow. This
See,
is Jack.
here's
Long
the thing
time.
about you is that I feel like, and you could vouch for this, I don't feel like you would lay hands as much as you would like just ruin someone. Exactly.
I'm willing to ruin.
You would ruin
assault them
someone
with
like
your
I
words.
also like try to fight people all the time, and like I'm so loud that they just back down. So
You're
I've
tall.
Never,
You're just-
I've never had to do it. But,
Never had to.
I will.
I've been in one fight my whole life, and it was not protecting my sister. My sister and I actually jumped the girl, but
Oh, God.
it was warranted. It was very warranted. The girl
Warranted.
was like, I can't out my sister's business, but the girl was calling my sister a liar about something that had happened to her that was very traumatic, and she was just chirping on like Facebook back in the day, or like even MySpace.
Yeah, it's like it's time
maybe.
to beat your ass. now.
Yeah, and we saw her at a stop sign, and I told my sister, stop the car now. We were at like a four-way stop, and we were across from each other. We actually turned around and followed her, and I said, pull over right now, flash your lights, make this bitch get out of her car, and she did.
Wow,
And-
Bray.
Yeah, and I hopped
That's
out with
like-
a bat, and my sister was like,
I have
put
a
the
bat in my
Okay.
car too.
Yeah.
I have to put my bat back.
And
I
I
always
was
have a
like,
ski mask.
My
like this.
father-in-law put a bat in my
Paintball.
car.
My sister actually used to say I was like the female Joe Pesci because I used to have
I'm
such
done.
bad anger issues.
Yeah.
Which is so funny because I feel like you don't ever see me like that.
Never.
I don't think you do either, but maybe
If anything,
that's
I would
all
be
of
the
us,
Joe
just, like,
Pesci of the group, I would think.
I think it's just like if
I'm just not like that
if you
anymore.
catch us
Yeah.
on the wrong day,
I'm better,
you're
but
gonna have a
the
fucking
wrong day is the
problem.
wrong
Like, that's
day.
it.
Okay. There's been a lot. There's been a lot
There's
going
been a
on. I
lot.
think we need some sweet releases. We
been a
kind
long
of started
day.
with a nice release with the breath work, but I think it's time to 86, which is like our
Oh, we could do.
favorite-
I'll do the 86
do we want
board.
to touch on quickly if we
Oh, you wanna take us
succeeded
away?
with our 86ers
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
from the week before? What
I
did
wasn't
you
here
give
last
up?
week, so what did you guys
You were-
86?
you were.
You were,
I was here.
You were here last week.
I have no recollection. I'm just the heat. It's the heat.
Mine was judgment. His was yours was judgment on yourself.
Mine was like giving
Yeah,
more
you guys were
grace.
judgment on others, and
Yeah.
I was judgment on myself.
Yeah, did you succeed?
I did actually. Because I've been thinking about it and thinking about it, and I'm like, it's really. I'm making it something that it's not. It's like I'm so happy to have my salon and have these things. I'm like, oh wow, Allie, you have to do the wax room, and I'm like, I'm happy to go do the wax room.
Right.
Yeah. You have to remind
I get
yourself.
to.
So I'm like, I'm not going to stress out about these things that are actually blessings. My salon is a fucking blessing.
100%.
So I did okay this week, but next week things will change.
How are you feeling?
I feel really good. I think it took me a few days to really kick back into the gear of it. It's easy to fall back into old patterns.
Of course.
I felt it come up with my boyfriend. There's a subject that keeps coming up, and like instead of just coming at it from a place of judgment, I came at it from a place of like empathy.
Understanding.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
just giving
Oh.
grace and
Yeah.
like our conversations around it have shifted so much, and actually the outcome that I wanted, I ended up getting, and it was because I released the idea of like control, you know, and the
Yes.
judgment
Big.
on
You
it.
have to.
Big.
Yeah.
And I think that's a sign of like a really strong relationship. And when it really means something is when you can, you know, just lay it on the line and give into it.
Agreed.
That's
And I
huge.
think like the intense judgment and the nagging, like that makes someone want to do what they're doing more.
Yeah.
Like lay off me.
Yeah.
You know,
Even
whereas
if it's subconscious.
Right.
right.
Yeah.
Or just the way that your tone is, or the way that
For
it's like
sure.
said.
100%.
Like, fuck that bitch.
And I
Yeah.
think that was my problem, is I was coming off with like this tone of like judgment and
Don't
you
do
know,
this.
so yeah. So I think is really helpful for me personally in my relationship.
Amazing.
I'm so happy.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was good. And what about you?
Snapping for that. I really like, this is so unlike me, but I really actually tried. And mine was like giving more grace to my loved ones. And really it just is in terms of my husband and trying to be a little more understanding. And I really feel like I did that. And what was such a blessing was his response was giving it back. And maybe subconsciously it's all I ever want. That's what I wanted.
Right.
And I got it.
Wow.
And I'm happy, and it was a great week. And I'm gonna try to continue.
I'm so
it.
happy.
Yeah, it was really, really.
Everyone
amazing.
got the responses that they want. You know what I mean? Not that that's why we do it, but
It's not why we do it.
It's not why we do it, but-
it was such a nice little extra.
Yeah.
You know that I got it also.
yeah.
I
The
love
aura,
that.
Which
aura
was
plus
cool.
1,000.
Yes.
I love that. What you give out, you get back tenfold.
Get what you give.
Yep.
What are
Free
we gonna move to
radicals.
86 for this week?
Eyelids, apparently. Sorry, that was
Eyelids? You're
Leave
sleeping.
him
Pickles has no
alone.
eyelids. Jack's
Leave
cat,
him
he's so
alone.
cute. He has no eyelids.
I
86
didn't know
eyelids.
that.
Can we just
Wanna
hold
really
him up
look
to
at
the
him?
camera, please? He's so
Maybe
cute.
we'll do like a meet my pets.
Meet my
Oh
pet
my God,
segment.
he's so cute, and I want to touch him,
Like,
but I can't.
follow us on TikTok, by the way, and we will maybe do like
Like a
funny stuff
puzzle.
like
I
that.
think Meet My
Whose
Pets is so
snore
cute.
is this? Whose eyelids are this?
Because I would love
Not
just
Pickles.
a 30-minute like compilation of Frank snoring.
Oh my God, yeah, not my boy. Oh,
Not my biffle.
I almost outed. Yes, not my biffle. I almost outed myself there. And oh,
Oh, what are we gonna do this week? I mean, I feel like
I know mine. If
you go
need a
first.
minute.
Then you go.
Yeah, I'm going to give up trying to please everyone, especially if they're not giving me the same energy. So
I love
if they're not in support of me, I'm gonna let it ride.
Okay.
I'm not gonna put my all into that anymore.
well, it's like I hate being cliche because I know it's such an overused phrase, but you can't pour from an empty cup.
Yeah.
And you're not
yeah.
the only one filling your cup. So if other people are not pouring into your cup, and sometimes you can't pour into your own cup when you're not getting.
Self-pour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really good angle.
Yeah, so I'm gonna work on that because I'm a people pleaser, so it's hard for me to not give my all to everyone around me.
I feel
But
that.
I think for my own
Okay.
mental awareness, I need to stop.
Okay. I'm like trying to think of mine. Like I kind of have something, but
I think I would like to 86 unnecessary pressure on myself.
yeah.
I think
that's
I
a good
create like a lot of
Give me a
stress
little
and
more.
pressure.
Yeah.
So like for instance, when like I like to have a routine because it makes me feel more stable. So because my life is chaotic and I don't have like a set schedule, it's nice to have a routine to fall back on.
So maybe give yourself a little grace this week.
Right. I think what happens is I tend to Pickles found a moth.
He's having a hairy.
I tend to be really hard on myself if I wake up and I'm not like, I did my lemon water, I did my breath work, I did my stretching. Like I still do those things, but when it's
Interesting.
not the way I set them up to be
Yeah.
in my head.
Well, because Instagram and all that.
Right.
These girls are
I
like,
missed my alarm. Like, is it like I missed my alarm and like I couldn't do what I
No,
was
it's like
supposed
this.
to?
It's like I wake up, I spend a little more time than I'd like to in bed. I scrolled a little more than I should have in the morning.
Right.
I eventually got up and had my lemon water. I eventually did my stretching, but the whole ordeal took me like 4 hours when it should have taken me 30 minutes.
Right.
40 minutes.
So don't be so hard on yourself.
So, and I think like that makes me more apprehensive to even get out of bed because I'm like, oh, how am I going to shit on myself today?
right.
So
Oh,
I think
hate
just
that.
kind of shelving the idea of having to have like the perfect routine and just letting myself fall into what's comfortable for me will be helpful for me. So
I love
86
that.
unnecessary pressure.
Hell yeah.
I'm like literally kind of going opposite of that, but like with it at the same time. Like, because I don't have a routine. Me and Brie are very, like, similar in that, even
Yeah.
if I'm not in the restaurant. Like, I make my own schedule now at my salon, which is, like, such a blessing, you know what I mean? But, like, sometimes I'm going in at 1, sometimes I'm going in at 10. I don't know, like, what it is. So sometimes I'm just, now that it's summer, I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I
Fuck
slept
it.
in a little more.
Fuck it. Yeah.
You know, I went and didn't go to the gym. Oh, I went laid up by the pool for an hour and a half. I did some, like, half-assed leg lifts. But you know what? That's making me happy right now.
Right.
I want to be tan. It's
are
summer.
we 86ing anything?
I don't really, like, I don't know. I'm just,
Like you circled back, like
that it's kind of fun.
I actually am not gonna 86 that.
And that's okay. Sometimes we're fully stocked in the kitchen.
True.
Yeah.
It's a Friday night. Nothing's out.
I mean, as I'm drinking, I'm just like, want to be maybe a little more conscientious because it's summer and like, it's like, oh, it's nice out.
Give yourself some leniency.
I'm like, oh, I want to go have a drink by the pool. I want to go after dinner. So like, I spend more, I do more. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
I'm kind of
for
like
Allie,
just
we're gonna
a free
86
bird.
the thought of you having to 86.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Let me live.
I think you've got a fully
Yeah.
stocked kitchen.
I'm doing it. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm a few eggs short.
I think we all are. Listen,
I'm like a carton short
I hatch
these days.
my eggs before. Right? Is that the word? I hatch my eggs before like I have them, kind of thing.
Better than fertilized.
Because like at the salon, like
yeah.
the amount of clients I have, I'm like, okay, this is 3 hours. I can't take somebody else there. You know, so when things happened this week, I had a couple cancellations. Instead of me actually even getting mad about it and wanting to flip out, I'm just like, okay, you got. I kind of spin it and I
More
go.
time for me at the beach. More time.
More
at the
time.
pool. So you know, we will circle back next week and we'll see how you're.
See if
doing
that's
with that, see
working.
how you're feeling. Yeah.
And we would also love to know what you guys are doing. We're going to post a questions box on our story and just kind of see where you guys are at, what you're 86ing in your life, and what your favorite moments are so far from the Extra Dirty Club pod.
Yes.
And we love to have you. Thanks for joining us for shift 2. We love you guys. And we're clocking out.
Clocking out. It's time. It's time to go. It's time for my next
Bye.
drink. Bye. See you next week.